Okay, Dave Cuffle with you. My apologies. I've been here for a while. Had some computer issues where I could not get this started, but we're getting here for the conclusion of the JV game. The Comets ahead, 36-26, but I'll tell you this, the St. Croix Saints were down like 32-15, so they've definitely made a run here in the last 6 minutes. So we got the last 2 minutes, 50 seconds left of the JV game. The Comets with a 10-point lead right now, but the St. Croix Saints are definitely making a run. So I'll be back with you in just a little bit. So I'll be back with you in just a little bit.
Go!
Well, there we have it, a JV win. It got a little bit close there towards the end. The Comets didn't let them get within 10, but when I first got in the gym and started setting up, they had a 15, 16-point lead, and the Saints made a run, but the Comets were able to hold them off. And now we got our 15 minutes that we're going to give the varsity on both ends of the court to get warmed up before we have our national anthem. The band is not in attendance tonight with us. Stands are filling up. And a little anticipation tonight. It sounds like Bailey Olson came very close to reaching the 1,000-point of her high school basketball career here in her junior year. So a little bit of anticipation and excitement here for the Comet girls tonight. Let's see if Bailey makes that one. I've heard a couple different figures on how many points that is, but either way, when that happens, there's going to be a brief pause in the game. So when we get to that point, you see it, I'll try and remind you that's what they're pausing for. And after the game, they're going to have, again, as long as we get to that point, I anticipate we will. And as long as we get there afterwards, they're going to have a little, I'm not going to say a celebration, but a few more words for Bailey Olson. And I believe they have a banner to present her this evening. Not sure if she's aware of it or not, but I'm confident I can say it on the air because she's on the court and not going to see it. And if you're at home watching, I'm pretty confident she's not checking her text messages to be surprised. So here we go with that one. So tonight we have the St. Croix Saints in town to face the Cameron Comets. The St. Croix Saints are 9-10 overall, but 7-7 in the heart of the North Conference. So they are a conference rival here. Again, seeded number 5, and looking over St. Croix Falls, they've kind of lost the games to the top teams and won the games they should have to the bottom teams. But they are definitely a contender. They're not going to let Cameron run away with this one. I know the last time they met, the Comets came out ahead, but it definitely was a battle, and really a battle early. St. Croix Falls, I think, even had the lead early on them in St. Croix. Comets ended up winning 64-47, but as we've seen some of these games, the Comets have really blown some people out. So, and that 64-47, that lead really came on late in the second half. The first half, that was a very tight ball game. So hopefully we have an exciting basketball game here tonight with the St. Croix gals in town. The Comets, on the other hand, they're 15-4, 13-1, very impressive conference record. Still one game behind the Hayward Hurricanes. They're 14-0, and they will be in town next Thursday night. So definitely tune into that one. When Hayward's in town, I very much anticipate that is going to be for a share of the conference championship. So, talking a little bit about the players in tonight's game. The leading scorers for St. Croix Falls, it's Catherine Williams. She's a junior. She's averaging 20 points a game, so I got a feeling very early we're going to feel her presence out on the floor. 20 points is a lot per game. She's got to be one of the leaders in the conference in 20 points per game. Following her, Lexi Arneson, a sophomore, with 7, and Olivia Sheeman, a junior, also averaging about 7 points a game. For the Comets, Bridget Moen's been leading all year. She's a junior, averaging just over 14 points a game. But one of the things that sticks out to me with her, the three-point percentage, 37.2% from the three-point line. And that is very impressive. And I dare say in Division 4, I have not been able to find the stats again, but I'm pretty sure she's in the top 10 as far as three-point percentage that they count, because you have to have 85 three-pointers attempted at least for that to count. And she has reached that plateau. And so she's definitely top 10 in Division 4, so that's very impressive. Following her in scoring, not too far behind, averaging just over 13 points a game, is freshman Aggie Schmidt. Been fun to watch all year. You'll see her on top. Number 2, she's explosive, offensive and defensively. When you watch her on the court, definitely you're not thinking she's a freshman. Rounding out the top 3 in scoring, Bailey Olson, a junior, averaging just over 11 a game. In kind of a different role this year. Definitely averaging a few more assists and rebounds. Kind of moved into more of a forward position as opposed to a guard. And it's doing very well, spreading out the scoring on this team, because Inez Schmidt averaging 10 points a game, and Anna Baraboo, the other starter, averaging 9 points a game. So your 5 starters for the Comets averaging anywhere in between 15 and 9. So very balanced scoring, makes them tough to stop. Rebounds on the other side, pretty spread out for the St. Croix Falls Saints. Olivia Sheeman, 5.6 rebounds a game. Maddie Johnson, a senior, averaging 5.3 rebounds a game. And Catherine Williams, her leading scorer, averaging just under 5 rebounds a game. On the other side, Anna Baraboo, been leading all year. She's averaging just over 9 rebounds a game. Followed by Inez Schmidt, averaging 7.5, and Aggie Schmidt, averaging 6. In the assists column, Catherine Williams, a junior, averaging just over 3 assists per game. Followed by Lexi Arneson and Olivia Sheeman, averaging about 1.5 per game. For the Comets, Inez Schmidt leading the assists with 3.4. Aggie Schmidt averaging 3.2. And Bailey Olson, as we had mentioned before, averaging 2.6 assists per game. I'm going to try and get the starting lineups for you. That wasn't ready for me a few minutes ago. So we have 9 minutes before we sing the national anthem and begin our introductions. You got time. Put a log on the fire. Get yourself something to drink. Relax tonight and enjoy the Camera Comets St. Croix Falls Saints basketball game tonight. I'll be back with you in a moment.
Everyone knows me as Maddie, but here, I'm Master Sergeant Hefner.
You can't stop this. Ha. So let's go.
This is my life in the Air National Guard.
You can't stop this. Never. Let's go.
Okay, Dave Kuffel here with you tonight. It's a beautiful Tuesday night. Temps are better than they have been in a while, and it looks like a good-looking week and weekend. Love to have those 30s back in the forecast. I don't know if you're like me, but those below zeros just do not cut it. Not a fan, never will be. So, as we look at the two teams tonight, we take a moment to compare. The St. Croix Falls Saints averaging about 50 points a game. Cameron Comets averaging 65, so the Comets a little bit higher power offense, averaging a few more points per game. Field goal percentage tonight goes to the Comets, shooting about 39% as a team to 33% for St. Croix. Three-point percentage, again, we do have a couple outstanding three-point shooters, but as a team, we're shooting 27%. St. Croix shooting 20%. Free throw percentage belongs to the Saints. As a team, they're shooting 60%. Not too bad. Comets has been a struggle all year. 45.5% for the Comets. We have a few bright spots there, but as a team, shooting 45%, I'm sure it's something Coach Wanek talks to and they work on often. Rebounding belongs to the Comets. They're averaging about 17 offensive and 18 defensive a game for a total of about 35 rebounds a game to 29 of St. Croix Falls. Assists per game belong to the Comets. They're averaging 13 a game compared to 10 for the Saints. Steals per game, that's very close. Saints averaging 16, Comets 17, so both teams very good at going after the ball. Turnovers per game, a number we want to see very low. Comets averaging the Comets are at 17, the Saints are at 20. And I'm sure Coach Wanek would like to see that 17 down to about a 12 to 14 tops. 17's not bad though. Last 10 games, the Saints are 5-5, Comets 8-2. And I'll go over this again later in the game, but from here on Friday night, the Comet girls traveled to Barron for a 7 o'clock game in Barron. And that is something I'm sure you could watch on the Barron Huddle Cam. I do not know about the viewing for the next one, but a very big game, McDonald Central Catholic High School on Saturday. That's the makeup game. So Saturday night, 7 p.m., the Comets will be playing McDonald Central. And before, they were ranked 9 in Division 4, and that is who stopped the Comets' run to state last year in sectionals. After that, Comets come back next week. We're going to be home Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday we have Ashland, and Ashland has not been having a good year. They're 2-15 overall and 0-14 in the conference. And then the big game, I can't say enough about it, next Thursday night, February 19th. Hayward Hurricanes will be in town. They are number 1 in the conference, 14-0. Comets are 13-1. They are looking to be Heart of the North champions with a victory here at home. So we're going to pause for the national anthem. Well, that was our 4th grade from Cameron Elementary School. And sorry I didn't get to that right before they started in. Ran out of time, but what I was told is the 4th graders had a project of learning the national anthem and learning the words to sing the national anthem. And once they completed that, if they so chose, they could come to this event and sing. And we had a good amount of 4th graders out there, and they did an excellent job. So good to see them out here. I seen the basketball team really enjoyed it. Everybody was happy. Crowd loved it. A lot of parents recording it. Always fun to see. So for the Saints tonight, starting number 4, Catherine Williams. She's a junior. She's their leading scorer with 20 points a game. Also starting number 12, Olivia Shimon, a junior. Number 15, Jocelyn Shimon, another junior. I believe they're twins. Maddie Johnson, number 20, a senior. And Faith Allram, a junior, number 21. And for the Comets, we're starting Inez Schmidt, number 11. Bailey Olson, number 13. Anna Baraboo, number 24. And first time starting this year, Peyton Sievert, number 33. And also starting the leading scorer for the Comets, number 34, Bridget Mones. So I have not been made aware. I am not sure. Aggie Schmidt is on the bench in plain clothes. I don't know what happened there. I'll try and get some info later in the game, but she's been a starter all year, a very impactful player, fun to watch. But first off the bench all year has been Peyton Sievert, and she's got fire as well. So Comets still look good. Hopefully come out with a dominating performance. But St. Croix has the tip. St. Croix has the tip. Quick pass inside to Maddie Johnson, who goes up off the glass, but didn't get it to go, but definitely quick ball movement by the Saints. Comets did get the rebound, but stepped out of bounds, so it's Saints ball. Saints to inbound again. Tried to get it into Jocelyn Shimon, but out of bounds. And full court pressure by the Saints as the Comets start to move it ahead. Mones with the ball. Ahead to Sievert. Sievert looks cross court to Bailey Olson. On top to Schmidt. Gets back out to Mones. Works it around to Olson. Saints moving very well with the Comets right now. Definitely in their face, playing some tough defense so far as the Comets work around to try and get a look at the basket. Mones kicks it across the court to Schmidt. Finds Baraboo inside. Little pivot move, nothing doing. Out to Bailey Olson for an open three, a little bit too long. Rebound to Shimon, and they come the other way. Ahead to Williams. Williams, number 4 at the ball. She's averaging 20 points a game, so somebody definitely to keep an eye on. She sets the screen for Olivia on top. I think with the Shimon girls, I'm going to call them by their first name to try and assist us all. Bailey Olson with a rebound after a missed 3 by Jocelyn. Bailey kicks it down to Inez Schmidt, drives. Nothing doing there. Works it around to Baraboo, Mones. Back to Olson, and Sievert on top to reset. Comets moving well without the ball, but the Saints are all over them as Schmidt tried to get it into Mones, and that was tipped away by Jocelyn Shimon. So the Comets yet to get a good look at the basket in the first minute and a half of this one. Pass was inside to Baraboo, but again, covered tightly. Bailey Olson on top. Looking to drive. Comes over, sets a screen for Sievert. Tried a little give and go, but Saints fell right back onto it. And Bailey Olson was covered. Tried to get out to Inez Schmidt. And Saints were all over a little bit too much. Drew the foul on Catherine Williams, her first. Comets to inbound. Mones with it, driving to the basket. Kicks it out to Sievert. Moving the ball around well, but every time they do, the Saints are right with them. As Olsen got it into Schmidt. The ball went down and got kicked out of bounds by the Saints. Comets are resetting again. A little inbound screen they tried. Nothing doing. Baraboo with it. Picked up her dribble. Schmidt has a little bit of a lane. Comes in. That's her move right there. I've encouraged her on that one many times. A beautiful floater when she leaves from that 8 to 10 foot mark. And she puts the first 2 points on the board. Baraboo picks off an inbound pass there. I shouldn't say inbound, but an in pass from the outside. Didn't come from the out of bounds. Bailey Olsen the other way, almost gets it in. And a Baraboo with a good offensive rebound. Mullins tried to kick it back out from the inside to Olsen where she got it from, but a little bit too far and out of bounds it went. Mullins now applying some pressure. It looks like she is face guarding Catherine Williams, her leading scorer. Comets playing some excellent defense here on the other end, causing another turnover by the Saints. Out of bounds, so Bailey Olsen brings it up past half court again. Schmidt drives around to Sievert. Kind of running around, almost needing a screen, as the Saints are sticking right with them. Bailey Olsen, deep outside the 3 line, thought she might take that one. She thought better of it, passed it to Schmidt. Schmidt drove in. Had a nice move there, came up a little hard off the glass. Nothing doing. Shimon with a 3-pointer, top of the key. She fired it a little too quick. Didn't catch nothing at the basket. Out of bounds. Comet ball. Still just a 2-0 ball game. Both teams quick, but both teams also quick on defense. We've had a defensive struggle so far this game. 2-0 the score. As the Comets work it around. Sievert on top. As she cuts through, gives it to Schmidt, being guarded heavily. And I will say this, Catherine Williams got her hand on the ball, swatted it down off Schmidt's leg and out of bounds. Saints inbounding this time to Faith Allram with the ball on top, guarded closely by Sievert. Kicked it over to Olivia. And a Baraboo saves it. Ahead to Inez Schmidt, who unfortunately missed that bunny inside. I think she heard the footsteps. Somebody was coming, but she had time to get it off. Just came up a hair short. Sievert picks off a pass inside, comes the other way. A nice interior pass to Bridget Moans. She didn't have it. Got it away from Williams, got up with it, didn't get it to go, got the rebound back, turned into a battle for the ball, and I believe a jump ball was called. This time it belongs to the Comets. Inbound to Bailey Olsen. She tries to drive, nothing doing there. Out to Sievert, Inez Schmidt with the drive. A nice little inside pass to Baraboo, but she's covered up heavily. And another jump ball is called. Wasn't sure if they were going to call somebody reaching over the arm, but a jump ball was called. And this time it goes to the Saints. So just over 4 minutes into this game, 2-0 is the score. Saints with a pass over to Olivia Shimon. On top to her sister, Jocelyn. With the shot. Off the back of the rim, rebound, Inez Schmidt. She was dribbling down, took her eyes off the ball to pass it, and the ball left her. Turnover, other way. Olivia. Pass down inside, got tied up. I'm not sure what happened there. My screen went black, so bear with me. It's back on my end. Anyway, it's Comets ball, inbounded to Bailey Olsen. Kicked it over to now in the game, Quinn Grassman checked in. She came in for Peyton Sievert. And Bailey Olson didn't realize Grassman was starting to take off. She thought she was going to step back, and the pass went out of bounds. So still 2-2. Inez Schmidt picks off a pass inside and brings it the other way. Comes off a little hard off the glass, and Quinn Grassman's right there to pick it up and put it in. So Quinn Grassman just in the game, able to get a rebound and score for the Comets. Olivia Shimon on the other end, passes it over to her sister, baseline jumper. She hit that one before. This time, no doing. Inez Schmidt with the rebound, and she comes the other way. Tried to spin around Catherine Williams, but couldn't get it to go. They fired up the shot. Nothing doing. Rebound down to Maddie Johnson. She gets a rebound, puts it in right away. Coach Wanek does not like what she's seeing right now. Score 4-4 with just under 12 minutes left in this first half. So we're going to take this opportunity on a full timeout to hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Garrett, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Okay. When Inez Schmidt came over, it looked like she went down pretty hard on the floor, but Coach Wanek checked in with her. She said, "I'm good to go. Let's play basketball." So, Comets talk it over. They are coached by Chloe Wanek, a former standout basketball player here in Cameron, assisted by Peyton Teefs, last year the JV coach. This year, assistant coach, and also assisted by Nick Wanek. JV coached by Andrew Davis, and last year's senior Maddie Sievert helping out with the JV program. So the Comets back at her. Bailey Olson kicks it over to Quinn Grassman, who kind of saves it going out of bounds, fires it back to Olson on top to Schmidt. Bridget Moans with a nice drive through the lane, gets it to go. A nice floater up and high, drops right in. So Moans on the scoreboard, and the Comets up 6-4. Saints moving the ball around. Olivia Shimon with it, over to her sister. Kicks it across court to Lexi Arneson. She fires, comes up a little short. Inez Schmidt with another rebound. She drives it hard the other way. And Catherine Williams with another steal, and she's able to take it all the way. So starting to see where she gets a lot of her points. She's very good on defense, getting her hand on the ball. I think that's the third time she's caused a turnover for the Comets. So with 10:45 left in this first half, we're tied 6 apiece. Bailey Olson takes a deep three, comes off the front of the rim. Rebound, Catherine Williams, and she's bringing it the other way. Guarded by Grassman. Bridget Moans over on Shimon. Anna Baraboo tried to pick off the pass inside, missed it, and it left an open lane for Olivia, and she knew she should have had that one. Bailey Olson with the rebound, drives down in, and a lot of contact there, and this time gets the call. Bailey Olson missing her first one, and Peyton Sievert back in the game. She's coming in for Anna Baraboo. And the Saints sending in Lucy Braun, number 13, and number 21. Faith Allram back in the game. So Catherine Williams taking a seat for a few moments. I'm guessing she won't be out long, and Jocelyn Shimon out for a few. Bailey Olson missed them both on this end. So Shimon down, over to Allram. They kicked it out to Arneson. She thought about shooting, shuffled her feet, and took off with the dribble, and traveling is a call. So Comets inbound. Bailey Olson bringing it up as we approach 10 minutes left in this first half. A low-scoring game, 6-6. Oh, a nice drive in by Bridget Moans, who found cutting Inez Schmidt to the basket, but she missed. Comets got the rebound, got it out. Another shot, but not doing. Bridget Moans on a nice intercepted pass right underneath the basket, and as she was holding it, saving it, she got pushed out of bounds by Maddie Johnson. Number 20 called with the foul there as she was trying to assist Bridget in stepping out of bounds. Grassman brings it down. Moans over to Sievert in the corner. She hits a three. And the Comets now with a 9-6 lead. And Grassman playing tight defense. Sievert covering Shimon well, but Shimon was able to make a cross-court pass, very impressive. It didn't end up going in, and now Shimon answers with a three of her own. So, just like in St. Croix Falls, we have a battle early. Well, the Comets moved it ahead to Grassman. She made a move to the baseline, but she was fouled as she took off. That foul on Arneson, her first. Bones to inbound. Out to Inez Schmidt. Schmidt looks it over, kicks it over to Bailey Olson, who they left alone. A little deep on the three ball. She had a good look. Rebound to Moans, and now Inez Schmidt drives. Saints got their hands on the ball again. Catherine Williams back in the game. She drives in hard, and Bailey Olson with the foul on that one. Williams with a nice looking free throw there. She hits her first. And as Schmidt takes a seat, and Baraboo's back in. Williams short on her second one. Bridget Moans with another rebound. And she starts coming the other way. I'm not sure what the call is. I'm assuming they didn't call the foul and simply called an out of bounds on St. Croix. And the Comets inbound to Seaver. She brings it up over half court. A nice inside pass to Moans. A rocket of a bounce pass. I didn't think it was going through, and it did. And Moans actually got a good look at it, but came a little hard off the backboard. The Saints come the other way inside to Williams, and an impressive layup for Williams as she's back at the line. So they count the basket, and she's got a chance for a three-point play. Williams 1 out of 2 the last time at the line. And looks like her teammate was too far beyond the free throw line from the outside. So even though she didn't make it, it was called out anyway, and Comet ball. So Saints with a 3-point lead right now with about 8 minutes left in this first half. Sievert driving. Well, they called a reach-in foul on number 21, Faith Allram. And I think the Comets got lucky they called that foul because the Saints had their hands on the ball and were starting the other way. Comets to inbound, out to Baraboo. On top to Grassman. Moans has it. And Williams again. That's got about be her 4th steal. Passes it inside to Shimon. She tries to go up, doesn't get the basket, but is fouled. Foul on Moans, her first. So Shimon to the line. Makes her first. And off on the second. And Grassman comes down with that one. Grassman ahead to Moans. And Williams is all over her quickly. Bailey Olson on the drive. Kind of ran into some traffic there. Was looking for a call. No call. And the Saints back the other way. Johnson tried to get it over the top to Shimon, but a little too deep. She couldn't come down with it. A turnover. So Grassman out. Schmidt's back in. Comets have their starting 5 back in the game right now. Seaver with the pass over to Moans. She's running out of room that way. Williams had it guarded. Tried to get it to Olson. Picked off by Olivia Shimon. And the Saints the other way. Bailey Olson was able to knock it out of bounds. And Grassman quickly back in the game. And Moans is going to have a seat. Inbound to Williams. Gets it to the center to Johnson, who does a hard drive to the basket. Kind of went up right in between Olson and Baraboo. Didn't get it to go, but they said that ball went off the Comets. So Saints with the ball. Not sure what the whistle was there, but we play on. Arneson to Shimon on top. Shimon drives around, kicks it over to her sister, who nice drive to the middle. Little right-handed scoop shot up, and that's in. And the Saints now to the biggest lead of the game, a 6-point lead, 15-9. As Bailey Olson cuts inside. Does a little turnaround jumper. Sievert inside, battles hard for the ball, gets it to Baraboo, kicks it over to Schmidt, and she puts it in. So the Comets definitely scrapping for the boards. Williams passed it over to Maddie Johnson, who I don't know what happened there. I didn't see any contact, but she went to the ground. Kind of looked like she went right down on her knees, and if she did, that's going to hurt on a hardwood floor, but I hope it's no more than my knees are sore. But again, did not look like there was contact. Looked like she slipped. So she's going to take a seat. And the Saints have the ball. The Comets made it on the other end. So it's a 15-13 game. And Comets back the other way again. Schmidt finishing nicely, and the Comets have tied it up. Saints with kind of a sloppy pass inside. Where the pass was going, the girl didn't see it. Went off the back of her head, and Schmidt was able to grab it up. But Schmidt ran into that defensive wall of Williams, who ties her up again and causes another turnover. Saints ball, but the Comets have came back on a 6-0 run, 15-all, with 5.5 left on the clock. Williams, a nice little jumper in the middle, couldn't get it to go. Baraboo with the rebound, and the Comets come the other way. Olson with it. Williams got her hand on that one again. Olson with a drive to the basket. I think was looking for a foul. No call. Saints with some good ball movement underneath. They got the shot off, but didn't go. Comets fought for the rebound and bring it the other way. Schmidt to Grassman. Grassman runs into Williams, and the best thing to do is right there, turn and go the other way. And then she turned around and drove it in and drew the foul. An excellent move for Grassman, a freshman. Getting a lot more playing time as the season goes on here. As the confidence builds, looking better every game. And she hits her first free throw. And now Moen's coming back in the game for Sievert. And with the Comets coming back and now taking a 1-point lead, the Saints want to call a timeout and talk this one over. So as they call a full timeout, I'm going to take this opportunity to hear from one of our sponsors. Well, the Saints calling this timeout. The Comets are at the line. Grassman's got one more free throw. 4:47 left in this exciting first half. It's been a defensive battle. A lot of turnovers, not because of bad passes, but because of excellent defense on both ends of the floor. Saints very aggressive. And Catherine Williams putting on an impressive defensive show. She's forcing the Comets to go to their left hand when they're driving in. Grassman misses. Baraboo gets position, gets a rebound, and it couldn't came out better for the Comets. So Baraboo getting two on the board there. Comets applying pressure, and the Saints throw it out of bounds. Comets ahead 18-15, coming up on 4:30 left in this first half. And the Comets right now on a 9-0 scoring run. As the Comets working around, Baraboo inside. Bailey's got about as good a look as she's going to get for an open three. Doesn't get it. Moens battles for the rebound, comes up with it. She looked for the pass. Williams got in that passing lane and was probably going to steal that pass if it came. Moens tried to stop it, and unfortunately, her foot slid, and traveling is a call. So the inbound to Williams, covered by Grassman. Williams brings it down. This time, Grassman pays her back, causes her to lose it. Williams, I think out of frustration, was all over Moens. And after losing it on the other end, I think a little frustration took the best of her down here. And she's called with her second foul. So she'll want to be careful here in the last 4 minutes of the first half. She don't draw another one, or the coach is going to be sitting there. Moens was fouled, and that's 7 team fouls. So she's shooting the bonus. And a nice free throw there for Moens. Hits her first. And it looks like Sam Myron in the game for Riley Lean, who is in. Moens with her second and hits them both. And the Comets now up 20-15. An 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes for the Comets. And a hard drive to the basket by Lexi Arneson. And she gets the roll off the back of the rim on that one. And the Comets quickly the other way. Moens brings it up to Olsen. Switches over to Schmidt, who's guarded closely by Williams. Over to Olsen on top to Moens. He thinks about driving. Gets it into Baraboo, who kicks it back out to Bailey Olsen, who drives in. Throws it up off the back of the rim. Doesn't go. It was a nice looking floater, but she was fouled. So with 3:25 left in this first half, Comets by 3. Bailey Olsen goes to the line for 2. They called that foul on Olivia Shimon, and that's her second. So Bailey Olson hitting the first one. And she hits them both. So the Comets hitting some free throws here of late. That's good for them. Olivia Shimon with the ball. Kicks it over to Myron. Into Artisan, who drove in last time for a shot. Ooh, a tough pass inside, but they got it. Shimon tried to get it across. Schmidt picked it off to Baraboo. Ahead to Olsen. She drives. Couldn't get it to go, but Anna Baraboo was right there to clean it up. Another rebound and back in for her. She's kind of made a career of cleaning up the boards and putting them back in, and that's where she's been getting a lot of her points. And another rebound for Baraboo. Kicks it ahead to Bridget Mullins. Mullins covered closely over there. I don't know how she found Quinn Grassman. She was covered heavily and rifled the pass to Quinn Grassman, cutting baseline, and Quinn goes up sideways and gets that to go. If I could rewind it for you, there's a play for the highlight reel. Mullins had absolutely nowhere to go, and Grassman from the opposite corner comes streaking in, and somehow Mullins finds her with the perfect pass, and Grassman completes a three-point play. That was fun to watch. And the Saints back the other way. Comets somehow down 15-9 have turned this around. Baraboo with the rebound to Grassman, who's coming quick the other way. If she finishes again, Grassman's got a lot of points this first half coming off the bench as a freshman. A very impressive first half for Grassman, who's getting a lot of playing time of late, and she has earned it. Little contact on the side between Baraboo and Arneson, but no call. Comets with the rebound, and the ball the other way. Saints with it, trying to drive baseline and pass it, but Schmidt's able to pick that one off. Come the other way. Bailey Olson tries to drive, no call. Shot off the backboard, and the Saints quickly the other way. This time into Arneson. Nothing there. Baraboo again with the rebound to Schmidt. Schmidt ran into a planted St. Croix player, and although she had a nice shot and it went in, offensive foul on Schmidt, but that's her first. So with under a minute left in this first half, the Comets up 31-17. And I can't tell you enough, it's been a 22-2 point run in the last 7 minutes of this first half. Baraboo picks off the pass. Tried to get ahead to Mullins, tipped away. Bailey Olson tries a little Euro step, get up the middle, and no doing. Rebound to Mullins, who tried to go up with it and was fouled. Definitely missed a passing opportunity as Mullins was darting in from the right side and open. And Mullins hits the first of two free throws. And she hits it. Terrible again. So Mullins shooting well at the free throw line today. And the Saints coming down the other way. Pass down in the corner to Braun. Out to Shimon for a long three. Goes hard off the rim. Baraboo realizes no need to try and save that one. We get it anyway. And with 26 seconds left, they're thinking maybe last shot. Ramon's down. Coach Wanek, don't know that they see it, but she's singling one, as in one shot. Let's waste this last 12 seconds. Let's not rush a shot. Bailey Olson tries to drive in. Doesn't get it to go, no foul. The Saints the other way, they get the last shot, but it's not a good one. So at halftime, it is 33-17, but in the last 7 minutes of this first half was a 24-2 run by the Cameron Comets. The Comets were down 15-9 with just over 7 minutes left in this first half. So Comets with an impressive second part of the first half to extend to a 33-17 lead, and halfway through this first half, I actually thought it was looking grim for the Comets, definitely needing a win here to force the Hayward Hurricanes to beat them to be the conference champions. So this has definitely been a game of runs where the Saints jumped up to a 15-9 run, but the Comets were able to hold them off, turn it around, and really take off. So 33-17, our score at half. I'm going to pause and get you some updated first half stats, and I will be right back with you.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Okay, with 5 minutes left in halftime, I was able to wrangle up some statistics for you. Catherine Williams, the leading scorer for St. Croix, is got 5 points in this first half, so the Comets have done a good job on her. Lexi Arneson, number 5, with 2. Olivia Shimon has 5. Jocelyn Shimon has 3. And Maddie Johnson has 2. And that rounds out the first half scoring for the Saints. So Saints held to 17 in the first half. And the Comets, who started out very slowly, really turned it on in the second part of that first half. Leading the scoring for the Comets is Quinn Grassman, the freshman, coming off the bench. So she's got 9. Inez Schmidt has 6. Bridget Mones has 6. Anna Baraboo with 6. Bailey Olson has 4. And Peyton Sievert has 3. So fairly balanced scoring again for the Comets, with the exception of Quinn Grassman coming off the bench and probably a varsity career high, 9 points that she's had all here in the first half. So every game she's getting a little more active, building up that confidence, and that's fun to watch. So for those of you who weren't here in the first half and might not have caught this, the Comets will be playing Friday night in Barron at 7 o'clock. So the Comets traveled to Barron. They were able to handle Barron pretty easily here in Cameron. And the Bears are 6-8 in the conference and 7-12 overall. From there on Saturday, they go to McDonald Central. They were ranked number 9 in the state in Division 4 before. And they're the ones that stopped the Comets' run last year to state. They are able to beat the Comets by 1 in sectionals. So a big game, kind of a preview for deep in the playoffs, possibly a matchup with McDonald Central on Saturday. Next Tuesday, I will be back with you against Ashland. Ashland struggling this year. They are 0-14 in the conference, 2-15 overall. And we wrap up the regular season. Only 4 games left over this week and next week. But it ends in the most dramatic fashion it can. It is for the conference championship as long as the Comets win tonight. They're going to have Hayward Hurricanes here in town, who is number 1 in the conference. And if the Comets can pull off a win, they will be co-conference champs. With a loss to Hayward, Hayward will be undefeated in the Heart of the North and the sole conference champions. So a very big game for both squads. That's next Thursday night at the regular time. So we'll have to see what the coach for the Saints talked about at halftime with his players, or what she talked about. The Saints are coached by Angie Maternowski, assisted by Katie Tietz and Shelly Schmitz, with the manager Hannah Wondra. So Coach Maternowski's been around for a while. She's had some excellent athletes, and even just a couple years, a girls' state basketball appearance. So as we wind down with the last few seconds here before we throw the inbounds, the Comets coming off of a 24-2 run to end the first half scoring. Probably one of the most impressive bursts of scoring I've seen the Comets have in what was a very highly contested defensive first half battle. Well, looks like it's Comets ball to start out this second half. Grassman starting us out in the second half. Passes over to Moans in the outside corner. To Bailey Olson, back to Moans. Outside to Grassman, over to Schmidt. Moans pulls it up, looks it over to Olson, back to Moans on top. Comets definitely being patient right now. Grassman kicks it over to Baraboo on top to Schmidt. And Bailey Olson looks at a three. Decides not to, and they work the ball around again. Outside to Quinn Grassman, who fired the three. Came up a little bit short off the front of the rim. And it's St. Croix ball, and Grassman is guarding Williams. And by the looks of it, he is going to be stuck to her like glue in the second half. Saints working the ball around. Olivia Shimon with it up to Williams. Williams looking to drive in on Moans. Grassman thought she had a chance to get it, but Williams was able to keep it. An outside shot by Jocelyn Shimon, and she's able to hit that one. So a three right away for the Saints, something they need to get them going and get them back in this game, and the Comets come the other way. Inez Schmidt on top for three, a good-looking shot, comes up a hair short. Rebound Bailey Olson. She tries to drive, nothing doing there. Tipped over to Schmidt, who drives in. Doesn't get it to go. Baraboo is able to tip it back to her on the rebound, and she goes right back after it. This time she gets it to go and is fouled. The foul that time on Riley Lean. That's her first. And Schmidt's able to hit it. And nobody on either team right now in foul trouble, as Williams gets it ahead to well, looks like she found Shimon, who Bailey Olson tried to pick that pass off, and she almost had it, but stepped out of bounds. Shimon inbounds it to Allram. And as Schmidt's able to tip that one, as she jumped up out of bounds to try and save it, Allram tipped it back, and Saints were able to get the ball back. They worked it around, back to Allram for a three, doesn't go. Schmidt's able to get the rebound and save it to Bailey Olson. Bailey faked the drive. I thought she was passing, went up with it, and it looks like that was the magical moment we talked about earlier. So for those of you that didn't hear the beginning, Bailey Olson has reached the 1,000-point scored in her high school basketball career. She is a junior, so she's got a lot of basketball left to play, but they have pulled the basketball. Looks like they are giving the ball to her, and there will be a little ceremony after the game with a banner for Bailey Olson. And we will play on. Comets ahead, 38-20. 15:47 left in this second half. Scrapping for the ball, Bailey Olson ends up with it. But Allram, in trying to get it back, came across her arm. Olson now to inbound to Schmidt. Allram, that's her second foul. Pass over to Moans. Now to Bailey Olson. Bailey over to Schmidt. Schmidt on another drive. A nice drive, nice layup. Just didn't get it to go. This time to Bailey Olson. A nice little floater back of the rim, doesn't go. And Olivia Shimon with the rebound. She brings it the other way to Allram, kicks it back to Shimon. Into Lean. Back out to Shimon. Has her sister baseline, and she hits another three. So the Comets back the other way, up 15, inbounds to Baraboo. There ain't much doing in there. Saints took it away, got in the hands of Williams. Schmidt tried to get it on the way by, but fouled Williams. That's Schmidt's second. Sievert back in the game. Baraboo is going to take a rest. Well, Shimon tried to get it inside. Bailey Olson was right there on the steal, and the Comets bring it the other way. Saints with it, kicks it out. Allram with a little head fake. Got Schmidt to bite for a second, went around her, fired it up baseline, and got the jumper. Comets still by 14, ahead to Quinn Grassman. She ran out of real estate on the baseline, tried to fire it over to Schmidt, but couldn't get it there. And Williams the other way. Sievert tried to take the charge as Williams came down, and it was a close call, but the official said it was a block. Could definitely have went either way. So the Comets, I hope, with shutting off the one feed, it's going to be a little better viewing for you and hearing, as I'm getting a lot of crackling going on in my headset. So I'm attempting to shut that down, and hopefully you don't hear as much feedback. So Williams to the line, shooting two after that drive into the middle where she was fouled by Sievert. That was Sievert's first foul. So the Saints have gotten back to a 13-point difference. And the Comets bring it the other way. Moans to Sievert, out on top to Schmidt. Back to Moans. Moans looking to drive. Comes off the front of the rim. Baraboo's there to corral the rebound and kick it back out to Schmidt again. This time to Peyton Sievert. She fired the three. Couldn't get it to go. Grassman's inside, scrapping for the board. Comes down with it. Throws it up. Foul. Didn't get it to go, but she'll go to the line for two. And she hits a first. So that's 10 points on the night for Grassman. She hits them both, make it 11. And the Saints come the other way. Allram past half court, picked up by Moans. Over to Shimon on the baseline. On top to her sister Olivia. They tried to feed it in, but Baraboo tipped it away. Back to Lean. She fires it up. Doesn't get it to go. Long rebound out to Olivia Shimon, who is covered by Sievert. Moans gets in there, battles for the ball, and jump ball is called. And this time, it goes to the Saints. A lot of scrapping going on over there at the baseline. Saints inbound to Allram. Kicks it out to the top. The sister combination. Passing it around this time. Braun has it. Schmidt's able to wrangle it away from her and bring it the other way. Fires to Moans for a three. Moans a little bit deep off the back of the rim. Right through the hands of Lucy Braun. And Sievert was there to collect it, but when she turned around to go the other way, her foot hit the line. So great position. Way to get your hands on the ball, but she got caught up on the line. And now on the other end, as the ball is passed over to Shimon, Sievert's right there trying to reach for it, goes across the hand and draws her second foul. So now Grassman on top. A hot pass through the hands of Lean. Ended up in the hands of Allram. She tried to fire a shot. I know Schmidt comes up and blocks it. And Moans ends up with a long rebound and takes it coast to coast and a nice finish. And turns around and steals it again. And there's 4 quick points for Moans. And the Saints reset and try and come back with 12 minutes left in this first half. I did not see what took place there, but they called an offensive foul on number 10, Riley Lean. She must have been jockeying for position inside and shoved or pushed, and she was called. Comets inbound to Grassman. Over to Schmidt. She's tied up. Sievert fires another three. Right on line. Comes off the front of the rim. Schmidt with the rebound. Baraboo battling for it. Sievert goes in for it. Jump ball's called. And it's Comet ball this time. There's no doubt on the scrapping for the loose balls in this game. And as Schmidt comes to take a break. So Baraboo kicks it out on top to Sievert. Over to Grassman to Olsen. Baraboo sets a screen for her. And it's a little screen and roll. Screen for Bailey Olsen. She rolled off of it. Bailey got her the ball back and a nice wide open layup for Baraboo. As the Saints work it around, they fire three. Olivia Shimon with that one. A battle for the ball. Everybody on the ground right in front of us. Baraboo missed it. Moans was there for the loose ball. She gets a rebound, puts it back. Comets jump to a 48-25 lead. And the coach has seen enough. And she calls for a timeout. And while they take a timeout, we'll listen to Well, we're back with 10:53 left in the second half, and with a lot of teams, a 23-point lead. I'd say the Comets had the game in hand, but I'm not ready to say that yet. These St. Croix Saints have played some impressive defense, and if they start hitting their shots and keep up with the defense, the Comets get cold. This could be a very close game, very quick. And the Saints with some nice passing outside. They got it inside to Olivia Shimon. Turned and in. Didn't get the basket, got the foul. That's the first on Anna Baraboo. And Shimon will go to the line for two. She gets a roll off the front of the rim. Schmidt coming in for Moans. So Moans, a few nice steals, a couple rebounds, 6 quick points in the second half for her. And Olivia hits both of them. Grassman down to Bailey Olson, thought about it quickly, and as Schmidt inside, in and out it went. Juggling the loose ball, Bailey Olson ends up with it, kicks it over to Sievert, no do, and Baraboo scraps for another rebound. A nice little up and inside move to the left hand for Baraboo. And she gets 2 more. Baraboo having a very nice game on the rebounding and scoring end. As the Saints tried to get it into lean, Bailey Olson was behind her, tried to reach over the side and knock that away, but caught her arm instead. That's Olson's second foul. And the inbound to Braun, she's working it around. Tried to fire it inside, but it was a kick ball, I believe, off Bailey Olson's foot. Saints inbound it to Lean. She tried to get it inside to Allram, but Sievert was all over it. Knocked it out of bounds. And the Saints will reset again. Into, well, they attempted to get into Shimon and couldn't get it. Inez Schmidt with the steal brings it the whole way down, and at the last second she fires it over to a cutting Peyton Sievert, who was able to finish with a nice little layup off the left side. And Sievert comes back on defense with a nice steal, stripped it away from Shimon on the other end. Allram tried to stay with Schmidt as they came down the court and just couldn't do it. The closer they got to the basket, the more Schmidt extended. And a nice layup by Schmidt and 4 quick points for the Comets. They strike fast when they do. A nice play inside to Lean. Lean's able to do a little layup there with uncontested. Bailey Olson fires a long 3, comes off the back of the rim. And the Saints back the other way with a quick inbound to Shimon, but nothing doing there. Comets quickly passing it up the court the other way. They get it down to Sievert, who was under the basket, and she gets 2 more. So a couple quick long passes for the Comets, and they're back on the board. Well, as the Saints tried to get it into Olivia Shimon, Bailey Olson had her hand on her when she was behind her, tried to reach around and pick that one off, but she picked up her 3rd foul now. So that's 3 on Bailey Olson. And the Saints go to inbound again. Tried to fire it out to Lucy Braun on top, but Bailey Olson was able to tip that one out of bounds. Inbound to Shimon, over to Allram. Back on top to Shimon, over to Braun. She gets it inside to her sister Olivia. Back to Allram, who fires a 3 and gets it off the glass. And Bailey Olson brings it us. Ooh, fires it to Inez Schmidt, who takes a jumper from the corner of the free throw line and hits it. That's a nice spot for her. And Allram fires the pass, attempted to get it to Shimon over on the other side, but that was so hard it ended up in the stands. So, a little too much juice on that one. And it's a turnover. Comets bring it back the other way. Bailey Olson fires it into Bridget Moans, who was in traffic. I'm surprised the pass got in there. And Moans got it, but it was Moans v3. And the others got their hands on it, tied her up. Jump ball goes to the Saints. So good pass, good catch, nowhere to go. And Grassman waiting, was able to pick it off. And as she started going, shuffled her feet. Turnover. So Saints back with it. Into Allram, kicks it back out to Shimon. into Myron. She pivots around, guarded closely by Bailey Olson. And they kick it back outside. They got Allram inside. This time she comes up short, but a cutting Myron to the inside, grabs the board and goes right back up with it. So a very nice play there by her. And as Schmidt with it at top of the key, a nice pass inside to Grassman. She threaded the needle to Grassman, who collected it, went up with it, got fouled, and goes to the line. Well, I certainly hope Quinn watches this game back because she's put on an impressive performance tonight for the Comets. Misses a free throw, though, and the Saints come the other way with it. Saints with a throw by Braun, tried to get it to Allram, but thrown to a lucky fan in the stands. Shout out to Bruce for paying attention and catching that one. Baraboo with it on top to Olson. She fires a three, comes up short. Baraboo with another rebound and puts it back in. I can't wait to see the stats on the boards and put back after this one for Baraboo. She's having a great game inside. The Saints the other way. Allram with the shot. Baraboo with another rebound. Ahead to Moans, who comes quickly down the court. A little too long. And Schmidt battling for the rebound a little too much. That's her third foul. She did a little too much pushing underneath, and they called her. And it put the Comets at 7 team fouls. So at 17 fouls, the other team gets to go to the line shooting what they call the bonus, which means if she makes the first one, she gets another. If she misses it, they play the rebound. And she got the roll, so she gets one more. And Braun hits 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Schmidt coming the other way. Over to Grassman. Quick pass inside to Moans. Up with it. It was there. Beautiful pass shot. Just didn't get the roll. And Allram comes the other way. Guarded by Olson. Left Shimon alone on top. She's been their three-point threat tonight. I think that's her third. And Olson comes the other way with just under 6 minutes left in this one. Comets ahead, 62-38. And as Schmidt transitioned her hands to pass it back, she carried it between the two hands. Bailey Olson shot the gap there, had the rebound, lost the handle, and went right back to the Saints. They fire up a three. No go. Shimon with the rebound, kicks it out to her sister. She fires another three, doesn't get it, and Schmidt comes the other way. Drives hard. Thought there might be a call there. Nothing doing. Rebound knocked out of bound by the Comets. Saints ball as Braun brings it up past half court. She tried to fire it down and did not get that one in the hands of her teammate, and out of bounds. Comets bring it the other way. And as Schmidt driving, Bridget Moans left alone for three. And she hit it. Leading the team in three-point percentage. Hits a big three there. Bridget's able to tip it. Baraboo's able to save it to Bailey Olson, who brings it down. Inez Schmidt with it, out to Bailey Olson. Thinks about the three. Guarded closely now. Back on top to Moans. Over to Schmidt, who drives it. Everybody collapses on her. She gets it to go, and Baraboo with another rebound. Up, no good. Baraboo again with a rebound. Up, this time she gets it. Making a living inside, grabbing boards tonight. Quinn Grassman all over Allram, almost got the pick. Outside shot, rebound to Olsen. Olsen driving down, little floater, hits it. Comets up 69-38 with just over 4 minutes left. They've been able to extend the lead. And it looks like they're going to be able to win this one and move the record to 14-1 in the conference. And the Comets start going to the bench. Ashlyn Candler, number 25, in, and Abby Olsen, number 5, come in the game. And the Saints quickly inside, down 69-40 with just under 4 minutes left in this one. Bailey Olsen thought about a three, kicked it over to Quinn Grassman. Up on top to Candler. Bailey Olsen with it. Gets fouled as she's cutting across the lane there by Whitney Lundgren, a freshman, number 3 for the Saints in the game now. And Bailey Olsen comes out. Kylie Cherney, number 1 in the game for the Comets. Bridget Moans to inbound. Out to Kylie Cherney. Tried to do a little spin move there, lost the handle. At the out of bounds line, turnover. And Lundgren brings it up past half court. Tries to fire a pass over the top, but Mullins jumps up, picks it off, and comes the other way quickly. A little hard off the basket, and Abby Olsen with the rebound. To Candler. Back to Abby Olsen, and Bridget Mullins for 3, in and out. Shimon with the rebound, over to Allram. Back to Shimon. Allram with the head fake. Took off. I thought she slipped, but I couldn't see. Official says pushed by Bridget Mullins. That second foul on Mullins. Sends Allram to the line. Shooting the bonus. And she got the roll. Checking in the game now is Claudia Moans, number 23, slaps the hand of her sister Bridget Moans, and she takes a seat. And also in the game, number 35, Sage Martinson. Well, on the missed free throw, a battle for the ball. Cherney drawing her first foul as she scrapped with Allram for it. And Allram's back at the line, hits the first one this time again. And missed her second. This time Abby Olsen with the rebound. Over to Candler, and she brings it up. Over to Claudia Mullins. To Olsen, over to Mullins. Back to Candler. To Abby Olsen on top. Claudia Mullins thinks about driving. Abby looks to screen and roll. Nothing there. Candler on top. Back to Mullins. 2:30 left in this first half. Tried to get it to Martinson, but Martinson wasn't there. She started into the lane. I think Mullins thought she was going to stay there. She didn't. She was taken off and missed the pass. And St. Croix has went to their bench as well. So getting some of these younger girls some playing time on the varsity court with a good crowd. The Saints lose the handle. Abby Olsen comes up with it, and Claudia Mullins brings us down on the other end. Candler with a drive, kicks it over to Martinson, who fires up a three. I think it got tipped. Came up short. Cherney had her hands on it, lost it. Martinson got it back. They end up tied up for it, jump ball, and Martinson to inbound. Finds Candler a split second too late. And Lundgren ends up with it and brings it down over half court. Into Lean, she fires it up. Not doing. Cherney with the rebound, and she clears it out. As Cherney tried to pass it over, she got fouled. That's Lean's third. And Cherney, with her first look at the basket this game, goes to the free throw line, shooting the bonus. In and out on her first one. And the Saints bring it the other way with 1 minute and 43 seconds left on the clock. The Saints turn it over. A little too high in the pass, off the fingertips of Olivia Ellefson. And Candler brings it up for the Comets. Over to Martinson. On top to Moans. Over to Candler. Over in the corner to Moans. Back out top to Candler. And Sam Myron got her hand on that one as Candler came by. And as the Comets tried to save it, they knocked it out of bounds. So Saints ball as Lundgren brings it up past half. My screen went black, but Comets turn it over at half court. Saints back the other way. And Lean is able to put it in for two. And the Comets bring it up, 35 seconds left. From Cherney into Martinson, cutting to the basket. Martinson's able to finish. So Martinson into the scoring column for the Comets. 19 seconds left, and Cherney with another foul. So that's Cherney's second, and we're at 10 team fouls, so she'll get 2 free throws, make them or not. And she makes the first one. So Riley Lean at the line, shooting her second. And she hits them both. Oh. Comets inbound, 16 seconds left, 71-48 in this Heart of the North matchup tonight. Comets pass it around on the outside to Martinson. Into Candler. He tries to get the shot off. Doesn't get it in time. And that's the end of this one. 71-48. Halfway through the first half, I'd have never thought the Comets were going to pull off a victory like this. They were down 15-9 with just over 7 minutes left in that first half, and they went on a 24-2 scoring run to open up a nice, comfortable lead, and they stayed with it. So, another good win for the Comets. They'll travel to Barron on Friday night and McDonald Central on Saturday. And next Tuesday, I will be back with you in a matchup against Ashland, although I'm not sure what kind of matchup it's going to be. Ashland is 0-14 in the conference. But the important game next week, Hayward Hurricanes in town. I'll be here on Thursday night for that potential conference championship. So Thanks for sticking with us tonight. It was a really exciting first half, but the Comets were able to pull it off. Thanks to the people that have commented and supported. Holly, if you're still on, thanks for watching all the time. Elite and Rice Lake tuned in. Glad to see you guys. Big supporter of the Comets and local sports. But this is Dave Kuffel signing off. Thanks, everybody, for being here. It was a good night for Comet basketball. Tune in Friday and Saturday if you can to watch the Comets on the road.